in Charlotte, and now he'll get an interview with the Lakers. They're going to move pretty methodically with this. James Borrego is a former head coach. He was in New Orleans this year, and he has been somebody who certainly has some history with Anthony Davis in New Orleans. And offensively, there was a real good sense about the impact he had with Zion Williamson this year with the Pelicans. And we've talked about it also. Our colleague at ESPN, JJ Redick, will be part of this process.
There is LeBron James in the building, along with Savannah James, his wife. We've had a lot of conversations when it comes to head coaches. Sorry, you lost my mic there. We've had a lot of conversations when it comes to the head coaches that LeBron James has had. Obviously, this will be his 10th head coach. Do you think that does anything to his legacy as a player at all?
No. I mean, no, I don't. I don't think anybody will remember that. They'll remember the winning, the team accomplishments, obviously the individual accomplishments. Listen, if you have LeBron James on your roster, expectations are extremely high. And so if you go a couple years without winning at a super high level, they're probably going to replace you. Even if you go to the Western Conference Finals, like the Lakers did last year, you'll get replaced. And so I think you're seeing that in this league. Teams are cycling through coaches faster than ever. Coaches are making more. There's more at stake, and they're just going to keep moving through them, and change is a constant in this league now.
How does this roster get to a point where when you look up at the Western Conference right now and you see the youth and you see the stars, how do the Lakers, even with LeBron, even with AD, move up that ladder and get back to the top of the Western Conference? It's not as simple as just hiring a coach, obviously.
No, they have a chance this offseason. They have 3 first-round picks available to put into trades. That's more than they've had. And I think there are going to be more players available around the draft and leading into free agency in trades than maybe were there at the trade deadline. But I don't know that this can be a championship team. I don't know that they're one move away. When you look at the other contenders in the West, you look at Boston in the East, they can get better. They can move up in the West. I don't know that there's one deal out there that all of a sudden you say they're ready to take out Denver, Minnesota, and Oklahoma City. Yeah. That's going to be even better next year.
Well, and that's the thing. And if you have a little bit of a red flag is that, Anthony Davis and LeBron James played the most games together since the two were put together in 2019, and you still a first-round exit in the playoffs here. And hopefully you're waiting for a healthy Jared Vanderbilt or Gabe Vincent, certainly, have a year like he did in Miami. But we'll see what happens with their first-round pick. New Orleans has until June 1st to defer, which I would say likely, I don't want to put words in David Griffin's mouth, likely could happen here. And that gives them gives them the first-round pick that they could potentially move, as well as those 2029 and 2031 first. I've said all along, I think D'Angelo Russell kind of controls a lot what will happen this offseason based on that $19 million player option that he has until June 29th here, and whether he opts in or whether he opts out, that could give them some additional flexibility.
Rob Pelinka, obviously, having a quick little combo with LeBron. I do want to ask you, because we talked about Bronny feeling more comfortable, hopefully, on day 2 than he did yesterday. Is there any added pressure? Because we've been talking about also trying to, not always be associated with his dad. Is there any added pressure with him here?
First of all, he's going to be associated with his dad for life. You always are. Regardless of whether or not your name is LeBron James and your dad's LeBron James. But Bronny's played with his dad. You go to the AAU line. His dad used to come out and dunk in warm-ups at times. He at SC this year, he used to show up at games when the Lakers had an off night and they were at home. He would show up to the games and sit center court. So he's used to his dad being in the building. I don't think this adds anything more than what we've already seen. I mean, there's not a player in this venue that has more of a spotlight on them. Whether you want to